97.3.
Mohamed Polo, the dribbling magician. Mohamed Polo, the magnificent. A story about the magician player. The player with different accolades. I'm a maestro. I'm a wizard. I'm Polo to Polo. I'm Wonder Boy. I'm player extraordinaire. I'm scientist footballer. Different accolades. And you are in the country. I became a coach from showing to the whole Ghana public that this man, after football, he will become a coach because I became a coach player.
I'm quite Sunday, my fair clock. Where Danike? My fair clock a galley, Nipaposto, when you have to take a boboli, you have to look of you, Bobon was it.
Chikokwe no nwaka ke ni negbe semofio kwe ba miniba.
O me se gbe ake iyo yake ntumo se mo gba mi wo lokoloko fi mi.
Ke be no ye no ko ba.
O lokoloko ba ko me na mi ntumo se.
Ma o fa na bo won ta wole aga o ye ko.
Oh lo fine. Ana zo nke shifu fulenge ko. Yen wonu emi wo le spice un fine. Ni chale 7 ni je. Lokoloko ba ye fine. She me go make poison. When you tree ba for fio she na mi. Coaching
is putting your thinking into action. That is what coaching is about. Now, I studied them, I showed them, I revisited the match they played against us. Then I saw that we gave them enough space to operate because they are full of techniques. The boys, the 14, 20, 10, 8, 12. Very with the ball when you give them space. So we try something called tracking and getting free. Track them, get free and play. So we deny them the space for them to maneuver.
In terms of power play, it's zilch. If you watch our game against Mali, the young man was running away from taking the ball. He didn't want it. Give me away. He was practically running away. He was running away when we were being marooned and we were under attack from the Malians, and he had the opportunity of staking a claim in the team. Anytime an attempt was made to him with a ball, with a pass,
he's running away.
He's running away, leaving the ball,
hiding
behind opponent. This whole Telemundo, it's like it's something that sometimes
for the uninitiated, Telemundo is a channel that shows telenovelas.
Yes.
So this is like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. This clearly is a soap opera. It's winding down. So let's call Extramadura man from Extramadura man. Mola. When the ball is coming to the player, he's running away. You know what's the game? And shockingly, there's a certain miraculous acrobatism.
No, Mrs. said, Master San players are cooked about Mamma Tim Massa. Press a banner, Master San Tim Lanoya shit. Tim would have been pressed the mammy. Sakim Siege. Where? Sakim Siege. Aha. Timo Verna. What's that? Timo Verna. Aha. Cavers. Why? Cavers. Cavers, I saw is a sister circulator, Munya more. Sister circulator, only more. A year, almost a Brazil anyway. Ya sign on. That's anybody. Said Silver, so I Silver. Aha, Tiago Silver. You say,
me, the fellas in what I get stand. My son be say, me Adam, I don't gonna need my job, go marry. No, you see, I don't need my job, go marry.
So you refuse to punish him.
They're not the punishment, it serves you right. No, not the punishment. See, you choose love over job. That's what you do. Because what Chata go do? No day, what Chata go marry.
Yeah.
So if you be footballer, see 29, we don't play football. You don't marry. We start live after we fall. You say they go marry.
That be the time where money catch.
No. So you choose love over career. And so if today you get your lover, the coach say they give you more time to go chop love. So it's not a big deal. Me, I get time. I thought that this matter.
Does Don Bote still want to play football? You are 36 years old.
Forget about the age.
We cannot forget about the age, though. You are 36.
Yeah, 36. You doubt 36. Inner me, forget about the age. What you want me to come and do for you?
You still think you can perform at the highest level?
Why?
In Ghana?
Yeah. Not in Ghana, sir.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
You train?
Serious.
By yourself?
Always.
Why don't you want to join a club and train?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Them themselves, they don't believe themselves. The coaches don't believe themselves. They are not real coaches. They don't. You have to believe yourself that no, this guy can do it for me. If you believe me, I can do it. But so far as you just relax yourself, no. If I come safe, I won't get that spirit because you don't believe me.
So you think that if a Premier League team were to give you an opportunity to play, you would make an impact?
Ghana, yeah.
Yes.
I can play past all the current players.
The
current players in Ghana Premier League.
That's a serious statement coming from somebody who hasn't played in almost a year.
You know something? I know myself. That's why I said, if you don't know me, you don't know me.
You see, as for a game, like when you get a chance, you play, every blessed player will decide to score, and then you decide to. So when you both decide together, then you miss the chance. I decide differently, and he also decide differently, and our decision was together. That's why I raised my head and let the goal close and put the ball.
You have 3 or 4 phones. What messages have you been receiving?
I haven't even read them because they keep on coming. They keep on coming. I think that I have to turn one of the phone off.
You haven't read any of them? Messages?
No, not at all. Look, they still calling. They still calling. Phones are calling.
And it's Friday night once again. Sports Panorama. Benjamin Nketiah here. Big issues on the board. I've just quietly observed all week the Black Stars chaos. On the pitch, off the pitch. A lot to digest with our national team. And then my very own little tribute to Christopher Nimley following the decision of Sheikh Jassim to pull out of the Man United takeover. I've observed him saying things on social media like he has left the team. He's not going anywhere. I can assure you that he's not going anywhere. We'll discuss that on the show. This weekend, it's a derby weekend. There's the Merseyside derby. Early kickoff. then, of course, at the bridge, it's Chelsea Football Club welcoming Arsenal. Should be a cracker. You out there at home can join us via text, WhatsApp, and Telegram. 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. But the show is proudly brought to us by Game Park. Now they say, what does wealth mean to you? If you know that the weekend is coming, this question should mean or hold a lot of weight. Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, who's got the moolah's got the power, and Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. Now pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on our website at www.gameparkgames.com. That's www.gameparkgames.com, or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some cash. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lotteries Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Like I said, it's the weekend. Let's make some cash. And I'm happy to see my Bell Puka here once again. The Puka there, if you know sock, you never go fit charge for some program like this. Ginseng and herbs loaded. When it comes to herbal soft drinks with ginseng extract, insist on Bell Puka for a proper African recharge. Herbal soft drink with ginseng and low sugar dear. It be Bell Puka. Another quality beverage or product from Bell Aqua and Bell Beverages. I've done my bit. I will leave you in the able hands of the rabbi. These days, he has shared his Tuba titles. Today, I am here. I mean to tell him that I don't accept his resignation from Manchester United. It is. Numo, I need you first of all to pray for one, Ghana football. Pray for Chris Hutton. Pray for the people who are also failing to call out thugs who are beating journalists. I need you to pray for yourself because I won't let you leave this team. I need you to pray for yourself.
What's about? Ogbele ya cho mancheyele aba.
Mancheyele.
So you are working minche ke hijole. Neighbor program no. Waka wa fe klalo ni Ghana mamu fe mbo wotwe ni wa ba le wo ba. Anokole he ne kan jema okaba fo. Ojime jiu. Anokole wo ba kebo. Ni won ka me. Ya Yesu ba me won keke to kreku ke we bi ani jio me. Aka wotebe kome kame ni ne tawo he. Da me na gbe ne ba. Wa ji sedu. Oto akpafa agbeno nye o male. We no ni bani na ne nyebana. Ghana football fite mono na efite eche wote mek mo yue a wo. Yo wa jemo la le to no ka hele wo game ne ha wo. Chimane ma mele ina me ka ball ya le. Mo abu no goro. A show wo yan shikenye. Be na show wo yan shi be I use one national team back in Jase. A show wo yan shi. Akpe abo. Maybe yo wa jabo no he. Jabo no. Man you ele npa omo. Man bi fe wo mi. Akesha amenu nshi ake. Continually ni nke npati me.
Onye no pa.
Blaze say ameka Jim Ratcliffe aya me here. Nko ni mi ma 9 to 8 jole. Ni ma che ni nke kwa nga ka mbi yo wa jomo mi o. Yo wa wo mi wale. Blaster sele na share Chris you tie nutu mo kan ye tun actually ne ya. Actually ni me na magwe ni be pia bia na ye bogba mi. Ni Ghana be tana me butui. O ka wati me ba ya. Be na ba two friendly matches be play say mo fa mo na $10,000 $5,000 per match. Kaka me atwa no ne saka atwa. Ba ka wo fedi. Wo fedi e na no kwale kan jemo kabafo. Jomo mene kashi nano. Amen.
Amen. Okay. It is only right that we begin with Ghana's Black Stars. 2 friendly matches in the United States of America, 6 goals conceded, none scored. Less than 5 shots on target recorded in both matches. Before we get into the match itself, an incident has happened that I have quietly observed throughout the week. Now, I'm talking about a hotel incident involving our own colleague, Seydou Adamu. Now, it is reported, and Seydou himself has corroborated the reports. In fact, he has spoken openly about it on his socials, that before the Black Stars' first game, he was assaulted by one of the officials of the Black Stars. The person has been identified as the team's security.
He's a member of the security detail.
The member of the security detail of the Black Stars. He has assaulted Seydou Adamu. And as things stand now, it's almost a week since the said incident.
Yes.
And as things stand, the Ghana Football Association have not said a single word about the incident. First of all, I mean, even if the said person is not a member of the GFA security detail, if a journalist is assaulted outside this country and you are the FA and they are traveling or they are in your presence to cover a Ghana-related game or a Ghana game, in solidarity, the right thing to do is to speak up about it, release a statement,
official statement,
condemn it, and then find the person, hand them over to the authorities and ensure that this does not happen again. I want to ask the FA that, look, if journalists will come to games or to cover GFA related programs and will be subjected to this type of treatment, who will want to cover your events? If we are going to be beaten, we are going to be harassed. I mean, it doesn't even matter if it is verbally. Even if it is verbal, it is bad enough.
Yeah.
If we are going to be harassed, we are going to be beaten, we are going to be manhandled, why should we show up to cover your events? And look, I say that the silence of the FA as things stand now is an endorsement of the violence that has taken place.
They were there, they saw it, they supported it, they were behind it.
I don't know about even behind it, but I'm saying.
But the point is that
if
you had FA members,
they were there. In there. They saw what happened.
Look, my checks even told me that they were telling the guy to attack.
That's what that you.
And I said my checks.
Okay.
We don't even know that.
We are just saying that if you are there, not saying anything is tacit approval of such misconduct.
Your inactions.
A few weeks ago, when our very good friends, the citizens of this land of ours, went on the street to protest. When they did the hashtag Occupy Trinity House demonstration. And shout out to everybody who went once again. Shout out to the Shukura 8. God bless you guys. And people wanted prominent people to speak. And they did not speak. For those who did not understand why people were called out and names were mentioned and they said blah, 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 you need to understand something. And it was a lesson I also learned. And I'll quote something from the Spider-Man movie.
With great power comes
great responsibility.
Yeah.
What does it mean? It means that when you are in a position of power, the weight of your work is higher and much more than the ordinary person.
Thank you.
So as FA officials who witnessed, it doesn't matter whether it was a Ghana game, a Costa Rica game, a Spain game, or a Mali game. This is somebody who is being assaulted physically
by your employer.
You are supposed to say something. You are supposed to do something. And you are supposed to do something because, one, there's a human life at stake. The first thing. The second thing is because you are a leader. And as a leader, you have to lay down the law. So it is absolutely disappointing seeing that days, almost a week after this incident, the GFA has not formally said anything that we condemn this act and will support the authorities to find out who did this. Because the journalist who was assaulted, he didn't go to KFC to get assaulted. He came to the Black Stars team hotel. So at that point, everything there was under the purview and control of the Ghana Football Association.
Thank you. And also, Nathan, I've taken notice that SWAG, through its president, Kwabena Yeboah, have released a statement.
Yes.
I think that statement is inadequate. I think that statement is lightweight. And I think that statement does not in any way protect journalists from the future of, or from a future that involves these type of incidents. Look, as for SWAG,
maybe you won't say it the way I would say.
No, hold on, Coach. I'm coming there.
That is the most useless statement.
I'm coming there, Coach. I'm coming there, Coach. I'm coming there. Look, yeah. Somebody who has
what?
Nathan, and you and I've always told you. Look, SWAG for me, they are just an institution in flux. They're just existing. All they do, no, it's true.
Why?
Oh no, it's true. All they do is organize awards night. That is all they do. That is all they really do. What do they do?
See them
SWAG is supposed to be championing the cause of writers in this country.
Yes.
Please tell me a writer. I want a writer anywhere to text me what SWAG has done to give them a boost in their career. I want to know. I really want to know.
I know that SWAG will have elections very soon. To the people who want to contest whatever position, this is
unopposed, can it be?
A lot of unopposed.
This is what I will say as somebody, as a yes, I'm part of the body, so I'll say so. Then going forward, we expect a lot more from the institution.
Institution or mother.
And that's why I'm saying that. I hope they are doing elections. I hope that the people who get elected or re-elected or whatever, they will do a lot more. And I think Seydou's case it should be a test and a trigger.
Nathan, do you know how serious it is? I will say it. You have the SWAG president more or less begging Seydou not to press charges. That is how damning it is.
This is Seydou's account?
This is Ninkabo. I've spoken to Seydou myself. This is what Seydou told me. He said, you have the SWAG president begging Seydou, pleading with him, trying to get him to understand why he shouldn't press charges.
That's your typical Ghana behavior.
How I wish. I don't wish anybody to assault me physically. Look, I'm telling you, I wish I was the one being assaulted in the US. No more. Shkopadie in California back America. Ketokraku and his people will come and they will leave the two of us there and we'll see who will eventually come to Ghana. Because what was Seydou's crime? Seydou just went there at the invitation of a friend. And then he felt that, or he saw the FA people. So let me just go and say hello to these people.
Yeah.
He respected the fact that these are the people running our football. So after greeting you,
all of that, a gentleman appears and says that you can't be here.
A gentleman.
He says the guy is almost 300 pounds big.
Yes. You've not seen everybody. Go and look at the guy who took the picture of Son Heung-min.
That's the gentleman.
That's the guy.
The guy who was breaking protocol to take pictures when he shouldn't have.
That is the guy who did that. And what?
But hold on. I thought national team security detail was the
responsibility.
It was supposed to be national security.
It tells you how weak the sports minister is.
It means that they've done away with the national security thing, and now they have their own security
guiding our team. And therefore, if you are a Ghanaian and you sit on radio like I say, look, I am their biggest critics. Everybody in Ghana know that Aseke Tukreku administration is bad for Ghana football. They should make the attempt. That is the only thing. I work alone, I do everything. But the day any member of Ketukreku make the attempt to assault me, Coach Nimley, that will be the end of Ketukreku. I'm saying it here on CTF because you cannot be beating people left, right, center.
And this is not the first incident.
Yes,
no, but journalists have been assaulted at stadia.
Is it Nabila?
Eh? Yeah, moved out.
No, now and nothing came out of it. What sort of life is this? What sort of behavior is this?
At this point, we need to advise ourselves about attending GFA programs. I'm serious,
especially Black Stars.
People like you. You will continue to grow and grow and grow in the business.
We need to advise
because
ourselves.
You need until the FA comes out with a statement. Make sure
the FA
has proper charges
cannot be
quiet against the guy.
Cannot be
SWAG should be telling every sports journalist in this country under its umbrella to boycott every FA. Because look, today it was said, tomorrow it could be
the president of SWAG.
It could be the president of SWAG.
No, you see, I think that this is like Nathan mentioned. Look, this is a big litmus test for SWAG as an entity. Look, you can't just exist and be issuing statements and be doing awards like you are bigger than that as a body. You are supposed to be intellectually driving the scene of journalists. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Let's say
you
I am there
mediating for
and
us.
Somebody out of nowhere comes to assault the SWAG president in my presence. There are ethics here in Ghana. I will not allow anybody to beat an elderly person in my presence. No matter how weak I am, I will go and try and make sure that thing will never happen. Then as president, having beaten Seydou, look, I just spoke to Seydou. He said he's still experiencing what? Neck pains.
Of course,
neck pains. I just spoke to him. He said, Coach, my neck is still paining me. Then you are conniving, trying to corner him not to press charges.
Ben, just a quick
one.
Ben, just a quick one. You see, I always say that sport, and it's a well-known phenomenon, that sport is a reflection of society, or it's a subset of society.
Yeah.
What do we see in our society, especially from the political class? Last 2 weeks, it was members or people who identify with NPP storming
a media house,
completely misbehaving,
completely messing up. The following week, our own colleague Akosi Ochiri, she was attacked by NDC people whilst covering their event.
Yes, you see,
so
I left him alone.
I think that
the investigation. So when I see these things happening with the GFA, I am not surprised because they act in line with what is happening in the grand scheme of things.
Yep.
And it will always go back to President Ketukreku. It will always go back to him because do you think that an employee of Ketukreku or to an extension the GFA, if the top brass has a posture, has narratives or rhetorics that is welcoming to what you consider as detractors or people who do not side with them on issues, on policies. Do you think that if that member of that security detail, if he did not see Ketukreku use his left hand and point it towards his head whilst insulting a legend of the game, Joseph Addo, do you think that if that member of that security detail cannot see, when he sees the posture of the president, of the close associate with him, if he sees their posture and he sees that no, these guys, they just do not like people who are on the other side, do you think he would have he wouldn't have the confidence and that temerity
to go and beat
that
somebody in America,
to go and beat somebody
in America? Hey,
Ben, if you are welcoming, why would an employee
do somebody who you employ
that confidence to go and strike another person, a journalist
of Ghana? outside
You
of
get
Ghana,
it?
in the US of all places.
So it all points back to the GFA president. And it's like I said, it's an extension of the grander scale.
Like we're saying here,
things.
Muftau Nabila was attacked.
No, actually,
nothing happened. to
Nothing
him.
happened.
Nothing moved.
Look, you see, when I heard the Muftau thing, I said, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody said anything.
Nothing.
And
This
it's like-
same party, they know.
and every time that you see the Black Stars players and you try to get close to them to interact
see
with
you
them,
as
it's as
enemies.
if you are a virus. It's like you are COVID 2.0. And you watch the mix zone, the post game conferences of American players when they beat us 4-0. A lot of players were lined up and they were just talking with them. Look at Nigeria, our brothers in Nigeria. They were sitting in a hotel lounge,
and their journalists were coming around and interacting.
Just interacting with them.
And these are the same people who turn around and say we should bring back the love.
Who bring which love? This is bad love. Nobody will associate
You see,
himself with bad love.
I think, look, the FA, every day, look, I don't think anybody likes being criticized on a daily basis.
Look,
everybody wants
for me,
love. PR. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants their brand that they are building to be uplifted. We all love our Black Stars. But you see, if you keep doing these things with our national team, everyone else will only put curses on your head.
Yes.
Will turn around and walk away from the national. Because honestly, at this point, there is nothing attractive about this national team.
No.
The fact that Ghanaians even have the willpower to stay up to watch your games at midnight and 2 a.m. should tell you that despite all the evils that you have been doing to run, despite all the evils that you've been doing to run this national team into the ground, we are still holding on to our national team.
Then that's what
Every single
the
time you give us a reason not to support.
The national team, right, represents our dreams.
Of course, Nathan.
Our hopes.
Of course.
Our aspirations.
Our future.
And and who we are. Ben, and who we... Listen, Ben, let me tell you something. When you go to tournaments, right, and you watch how passionate people are when they see their countries, then they are absolutely in love with their country. Even countries that are ranked 268 on the FIFA rankings, when their citizens watch them on TV, they are excited. Look, go to England. What kind of heartbreak having the Three Lions giving to their fans? Every time they play at Wembley, the place is full. Because you see, apart from the thing being a sport, it's a representation. It's a representation of who they are.
Charlie.
If it works for those 11, 15, 18, 23 players on the pitch, it works for all of us. All of us sitting around this table. We all know when times were good for the Black Stars. We all benefited.
People would even benefit off the name of Asamoah.
People smiled at us. People opened doors for us. People were nice to us simply because a national team did well.
Yeah.
You look at the.
We are waiting for the statement.
You look at our press freedom index in this world. Ghana is ranked 9th in Africa, behind Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso that isn't governed by a democracy. It's governed by military men who came to power by going through a coup. We are ranked 9th. We are ranked behind Burkina Faso. As of 2017, we were number 1 in Africa. Now we are 9th. In the world, we are 62nd. As of 2017, we were ranked as high as 23rd.
You mean we are backpedaling?
We are backpedaling. No. And so we need to fix things right, and we need to get things right, especially when it comes to the treatment of journalists. And for the GFA, utterly disappointed that up until this point in time, no official statement has been made.
You know what I think? I don't think a statement will come.
No, the statement will not come because they have somebody who is spilling beans and lying on the internet. You understand? On social media, he's lying that he's virtually trying to blame Seydou Adamo for what happened. And let me tell him, I'll mention his name.
Seydou has mentioned his name.
Asante. You were not the only person who was there. We've spoken to so many people who were there. So please, today it is Seydou. I will not ever sit here and I said the day Ketokreku exit, when you exit, leave that position. I will never support anybody coming after you because you are no more or no longer in power. I will equally condemn it. What I'm saying, I will do the same.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. Seydou says his neck is still paining him. Henry, ke onye menu ju said we obaka he no male ye. Malimo, Yehovah ba job.
We'll really be following this issue closely.
As for the
if they don't release the statement, nobody should go and cover anything of this.
We'll continue to ask for them to say
the guy
something.
is walking free as if there's nothing.
We'll continue to ask the FA to say something.
I've told them.
Say something. And for me, what I'll say...
What should they even say at this point? I'm just thinking about it. Look,
see,
if they say it because they are backing to public pressure or media pressure, it means that they are not remorseful.
Whatever it is.
The next Blasters game, I'll go to the Blasters Hotel. I'm throwing the challenge.
Don't go.
No, oh my God.
Don't go
I'm not going. I will be there. It's my national team.
Yeah.
If they've got balls, they should tell that Aziz guy, okay, he should attack me, Coach Nimli. That'll be the end of him. I'm telling you, I will go to the hotel. Listen, I know you people are listening to the show. I will be at the hotel all by myself, all alone. And when I get there and I call Lawrence Atizigi, a player that I unearthed, raw talent, who is now serving Ghana. When you see me talking to my boy, tell Aziz to come and assault me. That will be the end of not only Aziz, but the entire Ketokreku administration. I'm telling you today. I'm a damn in Amikwe.
Nathan.
We have people. You think Ghana belongs to you?
Then
you wait.
I'm going.
Let's talk about. Let's get on with the football itself. Chris Hughton has been saying a lot of things this week.
No.
But is what we saw over the two games an isolated situation or an encapsulation of what it has been?
Things had been building. We had been complaining about the performance of the Black Stars under Chris Hughton. You see, when we say this, somebody will say we want Chris Hughton sacked.
No, far from that.
We like the man. We want him to succeed. So if he hasn't seen the problems, we are pointing it out to him.
He himself says that according to him, the team has hit rock bottom. They can't. He says they can't get any worse than this.
I like it. I mean, you see, when you eat you belch. So it's at that point that you realize that challenge. You know what?
This is not. Look, so my 5-year-old daughter, she said, "Daddy, not." So if you go into the Bible, right?
Yeah.
I like to make all these. It's good. Religion is nice. Apostle Saul, later when he became Paul, he was Saul crucifying the Jews.
Yep.
He got his moment on the way to Damascus, and that was when he turned. So maybe the Black Stars need this.
Yeah, that's true.
Every country has this point. Germany, 1998, Croatia beat them 3-something.
But we got our moment during the AFCON at Cameroon.
You see, maybe then they'll say, it's a bad moment. So this one, you play 2 friendly games. You concede 6. You didn't score any. Against USA alone, the USA had 8 shots on target. They scored 4. Ghana, for a while, in the last 7-8 matches, we've not even put together 10 shots on target.
It's 7.
We've had 7 shots on target in 7 games.
Or 1 per game.
1 per game.
How can you tell me this?
So maybe we need this to. And I like what Jordan Ayew said. He said
it's a reality check, and now we know our level.
Now we know our level. So it's good. I hope that from this point,
I love Jordan Ayew's honesty.
I hope that after that game, everybody in that dressing room, coach, player, FA boss, they will all be honest with themselves. Because like I said on Wednesday of Football Made in Ghana, this football, if you take it to the AFCON, Egypt will lay it out. Senegal will lay it out. Cote d'Ivoire will give it to you. Algeria, they will spare you.
Have you forgotten that we just struggled to get out of an AFCON group that had a Central African Republic?
We are taking on Madagascar.
We literally qualified.
Comoros and whoever.
No, we're in Group B for the World Cup.
No, the World Cup.
The World Cup on November. We are taking on 13. We are playing Madagascar and Comoros. Yes.
You see,
and AFCON is Mozambique, Cape Verde, and Egypt.
You can't lie and cheat the system. If you don't do your things well, the result. You see, you can't lie.
It will expose you.
Then I have not seen anybody who has lied to a process and succeed long term, one day, the system will catch you.
Chris Hilton
And we are
said-
at that
yeah.
point where if we don't start being honest with ourselves, Chris Hilton has to be honest with himself. The players need to be honest with themselves, because Ben, the display I watched in that game, especially against the USA, smacked of players who had gone out there and did not give a hoot.
Going through
But after those 2 games, they all took home $10,000.
Coach.
You know why? Because I've heard people say
it's
friendly, so we shall allow it to go. Friendly. The more you're watching, they cost $5,000 per game. $5,000 per game.
Yeah.
So in Ketia, this is where I start my point from. The Jemefe Commission has been completely
thrown in the bin
by the Ketokreku administration.
Oh, they've thrown it out.
Look, nobody can tell me that we didn't make money from these 2 friendly games. Nobody. How much money did we make? We need to know. Because we cannot allow the FA under this minister take our national teams out there and go and make money and share the money. And anytime our team is going for a major tournament, your money, my money, our money will be used to take the team there. Even that one, they'll go and share it too. We need to know. Look, Nyantechi is also a Ghanaian. During the days of Nyantechi, whenever our Black Stars went out for a friendly game, we could hear the pressure. It was because of those things. That is what the Jemefe Commission included. That every friendly game, every detail should go through the ministry. And the ministry is the final approver.
They should approve.
Making sure that the country is going to benefit. This minister, no more he should stop that. How much money was? Because I've spoken to some of the players. They've told me it was $5,000 per game, so that is $10,000. You don't go and disgrace Mother Ghana. Don't put up your best. Then you take home 10 because people are sharing.
You are literally rewarding players for mediocrity and nothing.
Let me encapsulate the lack of commitment and fight. In that sequence involving Tim Weah and Ali Seidu. Tim Weah lobs Ali Seidu.
The Alilu turns and then he stands.
He takes him out. Tim Weah is running with the ball and Ali Seidu stands. And he's
watching him. Thomas Partey was covering, so Ali should be in the mood in case we are goal.
He had given up.
You see, when you wear that shirt, like I said, you represent all of us. Charlie, not all of us can play. That's why you are playing.
Yep.
So when you are there, you are representing me. You are representing Ya. You are representing Chris
Charlie.
and Ben. You are representing the
Your
market.
family.
You are representing your family. You are representing the market woman at Agogoshi who wakes up at 4 a.m. to go and sell fish and tomato.
Because her taxes
pay
you.
You are collecting money from them.
We go out there and we play as if we don't care.
As for Chris Hilton, from what I have seen, you remember, I supported Chris Hilton on condition that
but you eventually you said that everybody needed to go from that technical bench.
Do you know the picture that annoys me? I see the three of them trying to identify something on the what were they looking at?
The tactics, the brain trust.
There was no tactical.
They call it the Black Stars brain trust.
There was nothing. Because look, we were doing a thing on scorecard when we played against Mexico, and I said, we don't have a base. We don't have every team has a strength.
What is
the strength of this team? Defensively, we are bad. In midfield, Dukadaya, attack, Banzan. No, Menafio. Michael, listen, Black Stars ne. Suleiman Tari Black Stars this. Stephen Appiah. Is this Stephen Appiah's Black Stars?
It is.
Is it the baby jet? Is it our Black Stars? No, we know.
I'm sure he's appalled when he sees
the current players are not as good as their Sinumo. Look, fight, determination, proper desire to die. As you aim at collecting $10,000. Just show a bit more commitment. For Chris Hughton, the coaching is bad. If you don't tell, if they've not told me, I'm telling you.
Terrible.
The coaching is very bad because there's no system. Movement, everything.
He says that this is his wake-up call to perhaps turn
everything around. Let me quote him.
How does you quote him first? Let me make my last point on the matter.
And it corroborates with what Nathan said. He said sometimes the performances like today can be something that can kickstart something else, or it can be something that makes my mind up about a certain system and way of playing players.
We heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said this,
which is so incomplete.
Lost 4-0 to Everton.
Which is so incomplete.
That's what I'm saying. That it could be.
Which is so incomplete. He should have added, makes his mind up on certain players. On certain.
He has not. How many minutes of football has he played this season?
14 minutes. He's played 14 minutes. You
mean when you wake up from bed and you are old man?
Cause more bottom out back just
2 weeks.
You mean if you have nothing? It is not your chest control.
14 days. 14 days.
Meaning, how you call this? No wonder he's played only 14 minutes at his club side.
Just 14 days. Coach,
look, this is the way forward. I've always said, and Nathan have repeated it here. If you are never going to be honest with your player selection, forget it.
I've always said this.
Honesty is key.
I've always said this.
Chris Hughton, why have you not gone to Jeffrey Schlupp and spoken to Jeffrey Schlupp? Why have you not taken it upon yourself to go and see Alfred Duncan and speak to Alfred Duncan? Bernard Mensah.
Why is Majida Ashimero missing out on call-ups?
Was Ashimero injured?
Why is Koenigsdorfer not playing?
Not playing.
He keeps
he's wasting our plane tickets money.
Ransford,
Koenigsdorfer. Coach, they are buying him prime plane tickets. He's sleeping in prime accommodation.
Kwesi Oche,
he's collecting bonus. Schindling.
He's another one.
Schindler. Mexico player Jele.
No, that's the second time now Jele. When we played against Angola.
What sort of
you want your team to pass out from the back, but you've not called up a player.
That particular against Angola. Here can say.
To be honest, I don't know about you guys, but after Cameroon,
you just realized
I don't know you.
A certain part of me died when it came to the Black Stars because I realized that
it will die.
I realized that if it's the same people at the helm of affairs,
the results will never
change. It's just a vicious cycle. Nothing will change.
You see,
sometimes they will make it look like they are doing things differently.
This is the level of dishonesty. We don't know how much money Chris Hughton earns.
Yep.
We don't know how much money Masaudi did money and Bratton earned.
You know what happened?
You don't respect us or what?
And you know what happened? We'll be sitting in this country when Hughton eventually leaves their job. They'll come and say, we owe him. We owe him
backlog
8 months in salary. And then we'll hear the figure and say, hey, where from this figure? Meanwhile, in the 2 or so years in which you employed him, you made it a top secret, a CIA secret, to never let out how much the money is.
Hold on, look. Every Englishman knows how much Southgate is taking. Can you mention one country that we don't know how much money their coaches earn?
These things are public knowledge.
It should be public knowledge.
You want your team to pass out from the back, but you haven't called up a guy who plays in the Spanish La Liga as a defender and is comfortable on the ball. Abdul Mumin.
Look, I've been complaining why this guy's over. Nicolas Opoku he's sitting on the ball in the 18. No, indirect.
It just doesn't
clear the ball.
Fit. It just doesn't fit.
Did you see Nicolas Opoku?
Guys, look. Ben.
Look,
Look, earlier this week, our very good friend, Godfred Akoto-Boafo, Doc.
Oh yeah.
I cried when I listened to Doc.
He said
you unleashed on him.
He said a few years. For those who didn't hear the story, I repeat it. He said a few years, many years ago, when Stephen Appiah, Essien, and Muntari were in their pump, they had a training session at the Accra Sports Stadium, And after the session, one fan confronted Stephen Appiah and told him in the face that today's training session was poor.
Yes.
It was horrible. And that they should back up. The next day, he will be back here to see if they are training well.
That's right.
The cue I will take, and what I will pick from that is this. And I support Godfrey Akoto Boafo's call. When the Black Stars are going to the AFCON, we beg them. They should not take them to Dubai. No.
Cote d'Ivoire, Cote d'Ivoire.
The sports ministry this week, when I read Sports Round, there was a story. They said, Wa, Axim, and Kofredia, the sports resource centers will be ready. No problem.
98% complete.
You want
They've
a
been
perfect
98% completed for like the last 2 years.
You want a perfect test of the facility. Let the Black Stars train there.
Oh no, it's true.
Then we'll all go and see. And we'll remind the players that you are going to an AFCON next door.
Yeah.
You will be fed.
Yeah.
You will be paid.
Yep.
You will be clothed.
Yep.
You will be entertained. You will be distressed with our money. You dare not go to Cote d'Ivoire.
Dare not.
And
That
go
is
and
the
put
way
up
you dare not.
any wishy-washy performance.
No, but hold on. I think we need to emphasize that point again. That we don't need players to go and camp in Dubai and the UAE.
It will never happen.
I'm saying that
Cote d'Ivoire
the sports minister and Mr. Sports Minister, good evening. You listen to this show, I know. Please, the resource centers are getting complete. We love that. Let the Black Stars train here. Because the weather in Cote d'Ivoire is
the same.
Let them train here.
The value is the same.
We will come and watch the training sessions. We will criticize.
On the doorstep of Cote d'Ivoire.
You will be there. You see, and I feel that.
Perfect placement.
I feel that when they say that we need to protect, it's important. We need to protect players from distractions. But you see, somehow players need to be reminded.
That they need to experience the real thing.
They need to be reminded that they are representing us.
Yeah.
So when they wear that jersey is not size 15 because it fits you. That jersey, a part of it is me.
Yeah.
A part of it is you.
Yep.
A part of it is your mom.
Yep.
A part of it is the market woman. And you are representing all of us. You dare not go to Cote d'Ivoire and not give your... You see, we don't mind if you get eliminated.
Yeah.
What we will tolerate is a lack of effort. Run that extra 10 meters.
Yep.
Sweat that extra bucket if you have to. Put your foot on the line. Because you are not only playing for yourself, you are playing for us. As for the antics they went to do in the US, instead of focusing on the football and they were doing their own things,
$10,000.
we will not accept it, Ben, because it is so disheartening. Ben, I was watching it and I had friends from all over the world texting me and asking, is that the Black Stars? I could not believe it.
Gideon Mensah.
My folks in America.
Gideon Mensah.
What?
And let me just a quick one.
I'll go in there now.
This thing about commitment, it's not just Ghanaians seeing it. It's not just Africans seeing it. I just had to do a quick checkup because I had seen this somewhere. Neymar, Brazil's own Neymar, he made a comment. And he said, Africa does not win a World Cup because African players play for Europe. It's different with us in Brazil. No matter where we are trained, we prefer to defend the jersey of our country. African players have talent, but they don't show it for their national teams. African players don't have much passion to represent their countries like South Americans. That's why Brazil has 5 World Cups.
So that's why
people will be
all the players, they were happy they were giving the color because at the end of the day, thank you.
Whether I play or not,
that's that.
And it's also in the because we are going to the US.
Yep.
Yes. What sort of mentality is this?
Like I said, we will not tolerate any subpar performances. And the same goes.
Who do you blame? You blame the people at the FA. The FA door was locked. The entire Ghana FA. America down. America down. Me, America. They are begging me.
I'm happy you've mentioned the FA. Ben,
tell them.
Ben, in that week, when African teams played African teams.
Yes.
Egypt played against Algeria.
Egypt played Algeria.
Yep.
South Africa.
Somebody asked me.
South Africa. You should watch the football South Africa.
Somebody.
Then I was watching the thing. I said, "Hey!"
Somebody asked me that. Look, why is the Black Stars engaging in friendlies with Mexico and the United States?
You don't need that.
Come to play a 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Madagascar and Comoros. And in January, you move to Cote d'Ivoire and play against Egypt, Mozambique, and Cape Verde.
God
played against Mexico.
God bless our senior, Dr. Godfred Akoto-Boaf.
Oh, no more.
For leading the charge and for raising the points that the national team should camp here.
No, because honestly,
they will come here. Nobody's going to
because it is clear that how fancy, how expensive a place you camp does not relate to success. We have camped in Dubai. We have camped everywhere under the sun with all the 5-star facilities.
I'm saying that they will camp here. It will serve a number of purposes. Purpose number one. I mean, we say we are building facilities.
Yeah.
We use that to
test it.
To test. And if it doesn't work, the sports ministry will hear from us.
Yeah.
Reason number two, it will bring the team closer to the fans.
people.
Thank you.
This is our team.
So that when you show up at that training,
we are not happy with
we'll let you know.
Sharp.
We'll let you know
Chris Hutton
in the most respectful way possible.
Yeah.
We'll let you know that we don't like this effort. This effort will not bring us close to an AFCON. Reason number three. Reason number three is for acclimatization purpose. The weather in Dubai is not the same as Cote d'Ivoire. Please, the sports ministry, if you have plans of sending them anywhere outside Africa, forget it. Let them camp here.
He cannot. Because in December and January, it will be winter over there.
Winter.
As for the Julobi demonstration, if I say quadruple Julobi demonstration, if they attempt to take the blasters outside of this,
you mean you will demonstrate?
I alone,
one man.
I'm telling you,
one
and
man.
Ghanaians will join me.
I will join you.
Mini life, ne. So Chris Hutton, this is what you have to do to be free.
Talk to me about that.
Chris Hutton, call the correct players. So. If you go and call Ambrosius and Schneiderlin and Schindler and
Schneiderlin is French. He won't come.
Why are here?
Schindler.
Chris Hutton, what is give our team
an identity?
DNA. Many.
7 games.
Many coaching. What sort of coaching? Then people want us to accept that we should give him time.
But coach, where is the football DNA? The football DNA. Our people promised that.
Chris, the point is that I told you that thing was there on arrival. When I said it,
as for time, you see,
it was there on arrival.
Hutton is going nowhere between now and the AFCON. But you see, I'm happy he himself. These are his own words. And you see, because the internet doesn't lie. We've written the story. It's here.
Yep.
So on the day of reckoning,
no, that story I wrote it. I don't know. He said we have hit rock bottom.
On the day of reckoning, we'll pull it out like receipts. You know that Twitter handle, the receipts guy. I hear he's been called to the bar. Shout outs to the receipt, whoever you are. You've been called to the bar. Great job.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you. We'll pull it out, and then we'll say that you said that you hope this would mark a turning point.
Yes.
So from this day onwards, we hope to see a different Black Stars.
Second week in November at our World Cup qualifiers.
A Black Stars that has a
correct
plan. A Black Stars, and for me this is the most important part. A Black Stars that is passionate. Players who,
when they are losing, we should see the pain in them for losing a football game.
And
say do Ali do asusu no odumoshi o kwepade ekebole ya.
Because Ben, for me, I think that the passion
is dead.
It's dead. And you see, everything comes down the willingness and the heart and the desire to look at your national flag on your chest.
Yeah. Look, we saw Pep Guardiola today. This new boy that he bought, the Ghanaian that he bought, Doku. He said it was a game that boy did what Seydou did, and Pep screamed at him. You could see him running back to cover. Chris Hutton de no akena shoni no pade na susu papa de Chris Hutton na that na bugati me kama no kwale.
It's okay.
I'm telling you. No, but why? You see, that thing happened in the presence of Chris Hutton.
Maybe it happened on his blind side.
Blind side. The couple of nye not a question.
I would just say this. Look, before we go into this AFCON, I'll just say this, and this is
Ben before the World Cup qualifiers. It's a World Cup
next month in November. On the 13th
in November.
Good. Now I spoke to Salis, and I'll tell you something he said. I told him that look, we watched you guys play at the World Cup against Portugal. You conceded 2 goals in quick succession.
Against Korea,
you did the same thing.
Against Uruguay,
same thing. You know what he told me?
No.
He says he thinks the team's biggest problem is their mental fragility. He says this team is mentally fragile. And I'm asking myself again, between that AFCON I saw in Cameroon, between the World Cup I saw in Qatar, between the qualifiers that we've gone through right now,
where's the psychology?
Where is the team psychologist?
No,
those Martin Luther King speeches. No, coach.
Those are the wrong. When we went to Qatar, didn't you see it? after they ate the food,
and I'm hearing, hold on, and I'm hearing after this USA game, apparently
I heard
Hilton and Kurt
they were in the dressing
a while
room.
because more Martin Luther King speeches.
Look, what is that?
Stop these things.
Actually,
players say that the player is telling you that he believes that the group is mentally fragile, and that every time they go down by a goal, there's nobody in the team who is kicking the team up and says, guys, keep your heads up, we can do this.
I'm saying that.
Where is the team psychologist?
You see, you mentioned this. All of us here, listen.
Don't ask where the team psychologist is. Because the psychology of this team is Ketokreku. Say it. Why you? Like you just said, when they he went to the dressing room, he was telling them, psyching them up. As to how he does that, only God knows. Only God knows.
Nathan, you wanted to make a point quickly before we go.
You see, I just wanted to. You were talking about the nature of this team. Ben, I really worry for this team because the day we concede first in a game, we go chop hot.
I told you, the team is not scoring goals. So
the team is not creating chances.
The moment we concede, we are doomed. You're doomed. No coming back.
Every now and then there will be some individual brilliance from
and Inaki Williams and then Osman Bukari occasion. You cannot direct Kudus as to how to play. Hey, everywhere he wants to dribble. In our half he's dribbling. In our 18 he's dribbling. In the center he's dribbling. He's my boy. I love him. But you must demarcate.
Even Inaki Williams, right? As at this point in time,
the man says he's working formulas to get himself.
You can
tell that Charlie.
Inaki is and again, right? I've stopped blaming him for his inefficiency.
I told you
because you watch him week in week out for his club. He is making things happen. I'm sure by now he's asking himself, what am I doing here?
I said, for anybody who wants to understand Iñaki Williams, everybody should go back to that Asamoah tweet.
Yes.
When we played friendly against Nicaragua, he said
he's making runs.
He tweeted that. He said, I'm frustrated for Iñaki Williams.
Yes.
Because as a striker, it is annoying. You are making the run.
And the ball is
not coming. They're not picking you out.
Who am I? After the baby jet have made such thing. Who am I to disagree with him?
And Ben, we are talking about the baby jet, Africa's greatest scorer at the World Cup. Somebody whose performance in a World Cup tournament earned the admiration of probably one of the greatest
goal scorers.
Ruud van Nistelrooy asked the ESPN people that what is he doing playing in the Middle East? This guy. So if Ruud van Nistelrooy has seen Asamoah and knows, like we say in rap music, real recognition,
no more.
And he Asamoah fake. And he's saying that Iñaki is suffering because there's a structural problem with the team. You cannot sit somewhere
and disagree with
say that those people who sat on TV, I still can't remember the TV station, who said that Iñaki Williams is suffering because he said he didn't feel Ghanaian enough. Yeah. So whoever, those guys, you said it on TV, you know yourselves, buy your heads in shame.
Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, I'll read some of your messages. We'll get into Coach Nimli's decision to leave United because me, I've not accepted it. I'm not sure who has accepted me. I've not accepted it. We'll take a break. We'll come back and then we'll get.
I'm even editing his contact account on my phone. Coach Nimli, MUFC supporter.
Please stay here with us. We'll be right back.
Ghana, are you ready? Game Park Limited, the newest lottery company in Ghana, introduces another exciting game called Pick 1 from Friday 15th of September 2023. Choose your favorite number from 1 to 36. Stake and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 Ghana cedis and win 26 times your stake on the amazing Pick 1 game. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download the Game Park app on www.gameparkgames.com. Watch our live draws on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Game Park, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
The city is alive on 97.3.
My level, it's back. Maybe today I don't get nothing, but tomorrow I go get something, and I go buy the motor for mama. enemy won't worry me. I go show all of them tragedy.
As for the pass, if you want
If I keep up a love,
to bring back the love, this is really not how to do it.
Jesus Christ, he go come. So if you see me today, I know my love. How Jordan are you? My love.
Okay.
Oh my love.
Let me read some
but
messages.
shout out to Jordan Ayew.
I like his honesty.
Very
honest.
No, but-
He's
no,
a
but-
reality
no,
check.
but he's always been like that, though.
He's one of the most experienced players.
He's
in the
always
league.
been like that.
So if there's anybody to come out and say it as it is,
Yeah.
it has to be him.
It's a reality check, and now we know our level.
He's too old to bite his tongue.
Ah, what?
Picasso from Kokomlemle says, I'm always happy when it's Friday because I get to hear my Panorama crew. Please ask Coach what happened to the Jalabia. No, don't worry. He will answer. As I'm here, he will answer questions to it. Esianyo from University of Ghana says, it's been great to reconnect with you all after a challenging week. Tuning to the top sports sports talk show on radio. It's been a fantastic way to unwind and relieve stress, especially when accompanied by a refreshing puka. I couldn't have asked for a better way to unwind.
When a puka walk about
enjoying the
rabbit.
show. Chale. Balak from Dansoman. Big shout outs to Balak, one of my favorite texters. He says, how possibly more shocking could it be for the FA to retain a silence posture when a compatriot journalist was assaulted by a security person they employed, and Swag making it worse by lobbying for charges to be pressed, charges not to be pressed. Wow is the only word I have, but in the negative. Slash says, so they told Adamu not to report to the appropriate quarters, and he also accepted that to please who? Well, Adamu did not accept that. Adamu, as things stand now, actually,
what we do know
he's
is
reported the incident to the police.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
so the
reported
American
it to
police are investigating. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
We don't want to prejudice the investigation.
Well, let's move on. Prince Henry from Koforidia says, Coach Houghton must go. The FA Ketokreku, FA President Ketokreku must resign because under his leadership, football in Ghana has been pathetic and unpopular. Bad leadership has led us to this state. Chelsea will win tomorrow with not less than 2 goals. Hashtag Sports Panorama. This one here is from Somoa Adane Dankwa inside Tema Community 3. His boss, I don't think we have a sports minister. Our sports minister is sleeping, enjoying the show. Hamid says they packed themselves to the USA. Even a club issued a statement to tell us their executives were going to the US for an ordinary friendly. While
They had an AFCON friendly. There was an AFCON draw. I don't know who represented Ghana there.
Nobody. Johnny. That was the promise.
Man, you see,
come and let's vote on the
let's be serious.
Wait, I saw Mediama playing a friendly against DC United.
Yeah.
What was up with that too?
Oh, so it's their own club.
That one is private
That is
matter.
private.
So yeah,
Wasn't the league ongoing?
Yes, but that's their private issue. So let them do what they want.
So the clubs can get up and go and play friendly when our league is ongoing. Charlie. Wow, interesting. Okay, this one says they packed themselves to the US. For their executives was even the club issued a statement to tell us the executive was going to the US for an ordinary friendly while the AFCON draw was ongoing. None of them showed up. Bello Femi from Saboba says until Kurt is out of office, the FA presidency is not going to do anything positive with regards to Ghana football. He has no charisma and resilience to be a GFA president. The shock of my life is that he's been retained as GFA president. God save my country's football now. Nitojo from Tema Newtown says the FA managed to gain high-profile games for the Black Stars, but wrong timing. Wonder the motives. The Black Stars technical team have failed. We should focus on grassroots sports. Yao from Spintex says, yes, that is true. In 2010, I was in Egypt for a personal agenda, and when the people realized I was coming from Ghana, they were happy for me because of the Black Stars. There you go. Ni Adote from Abokobi says, Numo is on fire. I love that. El Bellingham, I'm not sure from Gulf Town, says the national team is just appalling to watch. Even Pep can't get anything better with this team. Yet they claim they are the Brazilians from Africa. Real Madrid will baptize Sevilla, Milan will crucify Juventus, Liverpool will edge Everton, Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2. Okay. Don Leo from Abekala Pass says, I wake up to watch the Mexico versus Ghana Black Stars match, but decided to sleep after 15 minutes of play because that was wasting my eyes. Okay. Ignite says that after the Mexico game, the coach said it's because Mexico know the stadium. So if we go to the World Cup, we will lose if we play Canada in Canada, USA in US, and Mexico in Mexico, because I thought that was a very weird excuse.
No more.
So when we play on bad pitches, it's because our pitches are bad. When we play on good pitches too, there's a problem.
The opponent knows the pitch.
Reminds me of the very famous Kwesi Appiah one.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that. Emmanuel Dowona Okla says that Team Panorama, I thank God I didn't miss my sleep to watch the Black Stars play against USA. Kwe, a bad dummy. I was unhappy when I saw the scoreline the next morning. Chris Houghton must wake up. I agree with the points shared by the panel in the studio. Big Show, listening inside Amasawa, and he says, good evening, Citi Sports crew. For me, the Black Stars are still performing averagely, and this is a big threat to our AFCON ambitions. Zlatan from Adabraka says, the Black Stars have a way and system of playing. It's called Inshallah, a.k.a. Nyame Betre, and so shall it be at the AFCON. Honestly, that's what it is. Onga from Medina says, I really missed Antonianan. Xylix Dwayne in London says, Ghana football is a disgrace for now, and it's unacceptable. However, Liverpool will win tomorrow. Oboa from Tamale says, welcome, Ben. Let Coach Chris know that when he was joining United, he didn't prompt the world. So why should his withdrawal be made public like he be Bruno Fernandes? Coach. No, Kweku from Abloman inside Safema says, even in my favorite sports crew, Coach Nimley, Coach Abba. So who will give me him prior to United? Now let's get to that matter. I saw your passionate appeal on Twitter, and I responded to your tweet. I told you that you can't do that. See, let me tell you, like the guy just said, no, hold on. You see, let me tell you something. You see, there are fans, right? And there are fans.
Of course.
You are not just an ordinary Manchester
United fan.
No. And that's why I'm also telling you that you are not one of those people who can just get up today and say you are. You can't do that. What do you mean you have stopped?
Look, let me
so where are you going now?
I will announce my team. I'm fully in touch with Sheikh. He will buy a team in England. When he buys a team, I will support the team.
You can't do this. So what happens to your over 30 years of support for Man United?
Because right now you disassociated yourself from Accra House of Folk. You've done the same with Man United. So which team do you support?
No, I'm telling you that I will support the team that Sheikh are turning back.
So the Man United things I bought for you, what should I do with them?
No more. Maja. No more. Look, let me tell you something.
Oh my goodness.
You see, the team is in England. Oh. I'm all the time sitting in the studio of Citi FM. No more. If the Glazers take any decision, a chain bottom. Work a passion. Support your team, man. Anti-Tina. Mrs. Tina Nambong.
You see, I can tell you for a fact that, you see, as a fan, you can stop supporting with your mouth. You can text. Look, but the team will be playing. They will be playing. See, your best will go be a better.
Just ask Edwin. Just before the program, he was telling me something. Ask him what I told him. Look, I'll mention his name. DK wanted. Look, people are calling me to come and talk on the matter.
Yeah.
They say I should come and comment on the takeover, and they're offering me good money. I told them the desire
is not there.
It's gone. The thrill is gone.
Hey, one of my spiritual fathers, Reverend Yossi.
How has he taken the news?
No more. It's been very devastating.
I can't believe this.
Reverend Yossi called me. Say, Coach, Mate say I will say where the item. Me require sana ni ho fei. Me wadwuma ye eno me wie. Me mamba fe. These beautiful daughters, if I don't take care, pade na feel si madu.
That's what I'm telling you, that you can quit with your mouth. You can quit with look. You will sit here. We will do Premier League games.
Inketia is done. Look, I know myself. See, my wife will tell you that this man, when he says certain things, he had look.
You mean you have thought about it?
No, there is no way that Sir Jim Ratcliffe should get closer to this thing.
He's already gotten close to the
So
team.
they should take their team. I'm waiting for Sheikh Jassim. He bites. I hear we are talking to Spurs. We are talking to 2 other teams. I'm waiting. Atani, Majalabia, Mawuton.
Give him the number.
Come back to me, baby. Come back to me. Kai utulumu se min waye bi pay. Oh, school boy, come back to me. Come back.
Oh, namely.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
You can't go anywhere.
Come back to coach.
They better go and beg Atani unless I've stopped. I know what he means.
Interesting. I'll read a few thoughts from YouTube, but let's talk about this weekend's big matches. This weekend's big matches. Charlie,
my boss OJ called me. OJ said
he's offering you a place at Man City.
He said Manchester, the only difference is the City and United. No more. He said I'm waiting. If Pep Guardiola renews the contract, and Sheikh does not buy a team, no more blue already.
Charlie, Nathan, there's Chelsea Arsenal this weekend.
Yeah,
tasty.
It is.
Tasty. Charlie, Chelsea fans are more guy are starting bow. They are back again. You know,
after back-to-back.
They say Charlie, they are back. Chelsea is back.
Well, they'll be tested on Saturday. It will be a tough test for them because Arsenal are very confident. They've beaten Man City. They are beginning to believe that this could be their year. But I mean, no matter which way Chelsea looks at it, Arsenal will come into this game as favourites. And I think somehow it kind of plays into Chelsea's hands to an extent because now the pressure is not on them to win. They can back off, maybe play on the break if they want to, and see what they can get out of this game. Of course, Arsenal will ask them questions. And I think Chelsea will have to go back to the performance of the opening weekend when they took on Liverpool. There was a lot of bravery in that performance, a lot of solidity. They were strong in the sense that they conceded and then they managed to find a response, and they will have to call on a lot of those notes when they take on Arsenal. But because, like I said, Arsenal are feeling very confident. You beat Man City, you believe that this is where you start to show your level. Because Arsenal have gone up a level or two from the last time they played Chelsea. They won that game at Stamford Bridge 1-0 last season, and I think they've gone up a level or two. And they will try and show that level over the weekend. Chelsea will have to be very ready for all the things Arsenal have for them. But I think that is a test because for Mauricio Pochettino, again, when you are a team and you are rebuilding, every now and again, you want to gauge the progress of work you've done. And I think tomorrow will be one of those days where he looks at this squad, measures them against Arsenal, and after 90 minutes, he can make a verdict on where they are on their journey. If you look at it, a loss, if Chelsea loses the game, I don't think it will be great. Yes, it's Chelsea that have lost because, but the point is Arsenal will come into this game as favourites. For me, not my concern, my main interest is Arsenal's mindset going into that game. Would they look at Chelsea and say that these guys aren't strong, let's go and finish them off? Or let's be very cautious of these guys. Let's take it minute by minute and see what they have to give us. Because like I said, Arsenal have gone up a level or two, and they themselves will have several tests. They passed one test against Man City. Now, how do they match a team they are not too sure of? These guys are in a transition. But should we be afraid of them? No, let's not be afraid of them. Let's attack them. But in that same way, you could be reckless. Chelsea could pounce on you. They score a few goals on the break, and that's it. A game you are probably tipped to win, you don't win. So I think I'm more concerned about Arsenal's mindset, how they will approach the game, whether they respect Chelsea, whether they feel they are confident enough to attack them and see what they can get out of
Well,
that
Chelsea
game.
have it all to do. Very big stats here is that Arsenal actually have won 6 of their last 7 matches against Chelsea in all competitions.
So,
now, guess what? They are vying to make it 4 consecutive league wins against Chelsea for the first time. So Arsenal really have Chelsea's number.
They do. But that's what I'm saying, that Chelsea can look at those numbers and use them to their advantage. If they can maybe remain solid, try and play on the break and see how they fare. The other thing I'll say about Chelsea is Pochettino has to make a call. Chris, and I'm sure you can help me on this. The midfield he chooses, Enzo and Caicedo have traveled miles to come back to England. what does he do with the two? Does he play one? Does he bench the two? Does he play the two? Those are questions Poch would have to answer tomorrow.
Just quick thoughts on that.
I think under the circumstance, he cannot afford to bench any of them. They will have to play. And maybe,
even with the amount of miles they've had to do,
they'll have to play, because if the young boy Latvia was around, then you bench one, add him to one of them, and then you go along with what Gallagher. Look, I think it will come down to Chelsea will need something to get them to believe that they can beat Arsenal. What is that thing? I think two things. If they can score first, that will be a super morale booster, and the supporters at the bridge will buy into that and they will go for it. And then the second thing is that they don't need to concede first. The longer it stays at 0-0, then they'll fancy themselves that they can go on and win it. For Arsenal, they should be very brave. Look, those days when Chelsea
used
was
to bully
that
Arsenal.
good.
He used to bully
Anytime, look, Drogba and Michael Essien, whether at the Emirates
or the Didier Drogba
or
every
at
time.
the bridge, they never looked at Arsenal as anything to
They didn't respect Arsenal back then.
That is the mood I want Arsenal to go with. When we were like you, you discipline us time and time and
now
again.
Now the tables have turned.
Once that table has turned, acknowledge that there's a turn in the table, and then go there. The moment the whistle goes, within the first 10 minutes, quickly let them understand that you are the boss, you are the better team, with the better players, well experienced. The Arteta project has been around for a very, very long time. A project that is clearly understood by every player in the setup. Mauricio Pochettino, how many games has he played official games? This will be game week number what? 9 games. You've been there for years. Go bully him. Arteta will have some good calls to make.
Arteta had his eyes on this game. That's
Is
why
he going to?
He brought Tay with his personal.
Exactly.
With his team doctor.
That's it. I'm sure he'll go with Partey and Declan Rice.
After seeing that run he made to cover for Ali to say, he's definitely starting.
And I think it will come down to that. It will come down to what happens in the midfield. And for Arsenal...
So you'd go with what? Rice, Partey, Odegaard?
Yes, right. And that will liberate Odegaard. He needs not drop deep to come and pick up the ball. And for that ball, the higher up he plays on the pitch, the more he's going to cause more problems.
And now it seems like that Kai Havertz problem, I think it has been settled somewhat. Now it's practically understood or taken in that Kai Havertz will come off the bench. When the season started, it was a problem. It was a headache. And that's why he had to force Partey in that right full back position. Right. But now, over the past, 3 games before the international break, Kai Havertz was coming off the bench. And so it's pretty much settled that issue. And I think now things are a bit more settled. The team is more settled. And once you have Partey coming back from injury, you should have a settled midfield where you have Partey and Rice playing as the double pivot, or even in a 4-3-3 formation, you have Partey as a single pivot flanked by Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard, and that should give you enough balance to be able to beat Chelsea.
Well, there's a Merseyside derby as well. That's our early kickoff game.
Liverpool will win 5-0.
No match. One-sided since 2010.
No match.
Everton has won just twice.
It's been
since 2010 till February 2023. Everton has won just 2 Merseyside derbies.
They will do all the good things. Even if they were to end a draw, Jordan Pickford will find a way of getting it. You know what he did was
they were on the way to
Origi. The ball was going over, so he brought the ball back and Origi scored. So for me,
so there's a Merseyside derby. It's Man City Brighton as well.
That's a game I want to watch.
That's a very good game.
Rodri's back.
Rodri's back. Yeah.
So now it gives Man City's midfield a whole new dimension. Now, Roberto De Zerbi will have to counter. He will have to find something to lock that Man City midfield down, and his midfield combination will have to be spot on. I don't know.
I think he makes too many changes in that position.
Yes.
One moment is Mahmoud Dahoud. Another moment is Pascal
I think he needs to play your boy Baleba. I think Baleba has shown that.
At that time, he's playing the Chelsea boy. What's his name? Billy Gilmour.
I think it has to be the boy from Cameroon,
Baleba,
and the German,
Pascal Gross.
Baleba and Gross
in midfield. I think. And then you tell Mitoma he should fancy himself against
Mitoma signed a new contract, so he's about to light it up this weekend. Yes, so that's what's going on in the Premier League. We'll be here with all the analysis and also the live radio commentary. The people at Talk Sports say what's up. They really are looking forward to improving this partnership. It was good.
You met all the guys. You met Rennie.
Yeah, Tom Rennie was
Thomas
there.
Rennie.
Yeah, fun guy. Very fun
West
guy.
Ham
Interesting
fan.
guy. Big ups to everybody else. I don't know if there are any shout outs.
Shout the rabbit man.
Oh yes,
that one. You take charge of that one.
Shanton,
the rabbit guy.
The rabbit guy.
Yeah. Okay.
They say today you have done your things.
Yes.
Well, if you
no.
Charlie.
The best meat ever.
Royal meat
alongside.
Thank you.
Yes. So talking about Puka, the good people of Belacqua. They donated to our flood relief effort.
Oh boy.
So the CEO of Belacqua and the good people at Belacqua, we are so thankful.
So very grateful.
Ben, it's been a wonderful time just seeing people just contribute. Shout outs to everybody who has contributed. Nothing you have brought is irrelevant. No amount has been irrelevant. So we are happy that you are contributing.
So Belacqua Bell Beverages,
yes,
they have been doing good things for us. And
our brothers in Lower
we appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
So shout out to the people of Belacqua and shout out to everybody who's contributed. God bless all of you.
A quick shout out to Timothy Ezekiel Edu. Congrats on getting called to the bar.
So he's not
Timothy Edu. Zeno, yes. Timothy Edu. Zeno has been called to the bar.
Shout out to all of them. Kofi Bolasi.
Now we have plenty lawyers.
Yes.
Timothy Edu.
Zeno.
No, you must call me tonight.
Timothy Edu has graduated and has been called to everybody to the bar. Yeah, so big shouts to Timothy Edu.
Adamu and all
so congrats to you guys and a very big happy birthday to Freme Dunyame.
Frames,
young lady.
Frames.
You see, she's always looking young.
Charlie,
she's always looking beautiful.
Frames.
Proper evergreen. This is what you call proper evergreen.
This one is from the Sports Panorama crew.
Always green.
We know how.
Like Puka.
You know, she's a Manchester City fan.
Yeah.
She knows where the good things are.
Oh, no, she's never going to decay.
Oh, Charlie.
She never decays.
We know how you do your things.
Oh,
Charlie.
Keep aging like fine wine.
They know that.
Frames. Another one for you. Why you
know, I have a shout out for a family.
Please go on for me.
God has been so good. You see, when God takes a family through some very challenging times, and when one of the pivot, when I say one of the pivot, normally you say the husband and the wife together, they are the pivot. But when one arm of that pivot is going through some difficult times, and you look at your wife and you only look up into the sky and say, Lord Jesus,
Lord Jesus,
Lord Jesus,
Jesus,
this is your daughter. Go do your thing. Look, we are so very grateful from Mr. Alumatu. Alumatu. I mean, look, he works at the Nursing Training College, Kolibo. He's, in fact, the administrator there. He said I should tell his wife, Mrs. Christiana Adams Alumatu. She's my name. We grow old till the wheels fall off. To his daughters, Vicentia, his son, Jaden, and his sister-in-law, Hekmatu. He wants to together use Sports Panorama to thank God for the life of his wife.
Thank you.
She went through a very major surgery, something that has lived with her since infancy. But once again, through the doctors at Kolibu, the good Lord has glorified his name.
God did.
Thank God for your life, Chris. Christiana, God bless you.
Thank you.
You get even more stronger.
Thank you.
And even more beautiful.
Thank you.
We are expecting one more child for you to crown the success to the glory of God.
One more to do more.
Like a small buffet. A small buffet.
Any more quick shouts before we go? Any more quick shouts?
Check correct players.
Let me read a few messages from our YouTube viewers and then we will call it a show here. So this one here is from Deco Fameye TV says he's watching from Dubai. He says, I'm happy seeing you guys on YouTube. My greetings to my man, Kaba Atawege. I think that's the name. This one's from Cove Town Babe. Says, we keep telling ourselves FIFA rankings don't mean anything. And we are now in a free fall. Very soon, high-profile teams will not even want to play us in friendlies because it brings no benefits to them. That's very true. Pikishi. Charlie, don't be stealing Pichichi's name. What do you mean by Pikishi? He says LFC is beating Everton woto tomorrow, God willing. You never walk alone. Kofi Amosu says we can't have joy in this country. Football used to unite us and cheer us. Now when we are sad, now what will we turn to again? Trey Costero says, Ben, glad you are back. I missed you, bro. We are live, Charlie. Thank you. Nanaya says, I regret staying awake to watch the Black Stars play. Hey! This one's from Twitter. Ransford Biakoto, big shout out to Ransford. He's a really added listener of the show. He says, something is wrong with the structure of football governed by FIFA. The football is in the hands of people who, despite all complaints, say they like what the GFA is doing. Media assault, poor results from the Stars, etc. And Ghanaians are helpless. Wow. Mo Cheddar says, sack Chris Hughton. Prince Henry says, Mustafa, Yusuf, Chris Hughton and Okreku must go. Football under their leadership has collapsed. Okay, so I think we read that earlier. So big shout outs to all our people from YouTube.
We are going to drink puka with rabbit.
Thank you very much.
The rabbit man. The rabbit man. Shout out.
Shanton.
Numo Shanton. Numo Shanton.
Because of you,
Mr. Hammond,
we are going to enjoy rabbit.
Mr. Hammond, in your puka enyo. Actual rabbit any adomi.
Tomorrow is Premier League. Everton, Liverpool, Merseyside Derby will be live. Until then, I'll leave you in the hands of the Premier League preview show. Enjoy this particular one. My name is Benjamin Nketiah. You heard Coach Christopher Nimley, Yahweh J. Minta, and Nathan Kwao. Same time next week, we'll be right back here with Sports Panorama.